Risk. Have you taken any risks lately? I'm not talking about going out and getting high and drunk and driving like a maniac, or actually driving anywhere at all when you're high or drunk. That's a risk of getting a DWI, and worse than that, having an accident and hurting yourself or someone else. I'm talking about a risk that could lead to a reward, not to ill-fated consequences. Too many people in the world today, well, let's not say the world, in our Western world, in the US, are so comfortable and so taken care of that they don't take risks. We have so many laws for safety, and I'm all for safety, but when it gets to the point where you cannot do your job or you can't even live your life, it's stifling. Some of the Vietnam vets, and I used to hang around with a few of them, said that they felt most alive when they were in country, when they knew they could die any second. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and do anything stupid, but take a little risk. How many people have worked somewhere all their lives and wish they would have done something with their life besides what they did by the time they get to retirement age? Or if before they get to retirement age, they get ill, they get sick, and they can't do what they dreamed about doing because they were afraid to take the risk of stepping out and doing something different. They got trapped in a job that paid the bills, and they had a home, a wife, a mortgage, a car payment, and they just were too afraid to do anything. Now, if that's not slavery, I don't know what is. I haven't lived my life that way. Have I ever let fear stop me from doing anything? Yes, I have. And sometimes I didn't even recognize that it was fear. It's obvious when you look over the edge of a cliff and you're afraid. You get that feeling in your stomach, that the butterflies. That's an obvious fear. But the fears that dress themselves up as procrastination are a little harder to recognize. They're more subtle. For example, you want to do something. You want to go on vacation. But you better wait till the kids graduate from high school. You better wait till the kids get out of college. You better wait till you get a little more money saved. What if the car breaks down? What if? And what happens? You get to the end of your life, you didn't do anything. You didn't travel anywhere. You didn't take a chance. What about that girl? Oh, she's so beautiful. I really want to ask her out. I see her once or twice a week, but I'm afraid I'm going to get rejected. I don't want to risk feeling rejected. I don't want to risk getting turned down. So you never know. You never know. They say at the end of a person's life, there's no regrets about what they did as much as what they didn't do. I have no regrets. Yes, I've hurt some people in the past. I've gone back and amended that the best I can. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to hurt people, because we are all living our life and learning and growing. I believe that's the way God intended it. But God didn't intend for you to live a life of constraint. I've been told, I don't know, the universe is constantly expanding, and we must expand with it. If you're not expanding, you're contracting, and contraction leads to death. It creates smallness. We are here to live life large. Most people live lives of quiet desperation, as Thoreau said. And I believe that to be true. That's why so many people live for the weekend. They live for Friday. They hate Monday. They like hump day. And then thank God it's the weekend so I can do what I want to do. Why not do what you want to do today? Well, you're going to tell me, I can't. I got bills to pay. I got kids to feed. I got a wife to support and keep happy, etc., etc. Why aren't you living the life you desire to live instead of the life someone else laid out for you? From the time we are born, we're taught to conform to our parents' wishes. Then we're put in school. Some kids go to daycare school. What's it called? Preschool, pre-kindergarten. And they're taught to conform to the rules, to do what the teachers say, to get the approval of the teachers. So for 18, and if you go to college, 20, 24 years or whatever you decide to try to be, because everyone's told you need to go to college to be successful, to get a good job. Well, I'm a high school dropout, and I didn't get a good job. Yes, they were right. I've been self-employed since 1985. I tried working for the companies, the organizations a couple times. I lasted about 6 months, maybe a year once. It's just not for me. It's a repeat of school. The bell rings, you start work. The bell rings, you take a break. The bell rings, you eat lunch. The bell rings, you take a break. The bell rings, you get off work. And then you go home, you get up the next day and do it again. I mean, if you want to be a drone, if you're happy doing that, I have met people that seem like they really enjoyed the camaraderie of that, working with men and women like that. It's not for me. And if you like that, that's great. But if you are there just trying to get through the day to get to the weekend, that's not a life. So you can retire and then enjoy your life. You need to find something where you can enjoy your life today. I love what I do. Sometimes I work 60 or 70 hours a week. That's what the kids tell me. But it doesn't seem like work to me. Now, are there times where I don't really like what I'm doing, a certain aspect of my profession? Of course there is. But on those days, at the end of the day, I feel fulfilled because I was challenged. Without challenge and adversity, we shrink. What do they say? We have low T. Oh, that's a big problem. Low testosterone in men now. ED, all these problems. Well, guess what? You don't need testosterone if you don't need that. If you don't get out there and risk, if you don't get out there and challenge yourself, if you don't get out there and use your physical body and strain yourself and push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. They've talked about young boys full of testosterone. They're wrestling, they're fighting, they're doing all this stuff. Well, if you're coming home and sitting on the couch and having a few beers every night after a long, terrible day of work, why do you need testosterone? You do the same thing every day, over and over. No risk, no challenge, no reward. And your body adjusts to that. If you don't use it, you lose it. What do you need testosterone for? You're not lifting weights, you're not going to the gym, you're not boxing, you're not doing jiu-jitsu, you're not doing MMA. You don't need that extra strength, that extra... You don't need it. And a lot of kids are growing up not needing it either. They're sitting on games all day, playing games all the time, behind a screen, not living life, not experiencing the life we have here in the world, only experiencing it behind a screen that someone has created for them. They say, this is the world. During that last scamdemic, think about that. How many people experienced that behind a screen? And how much of what they experienced was true? Think about that. I was a little concerned when it first started. Of course, I took some precautions, washed my hands, different things like that. But after a while, I didn't see people laying out on the street, bleeding out the mouth and passing away. And I thought, something isn't adding up here. 2 people I knew passed away from that, or so I was told. I really don't know. One person was 97, the other one had ruined his lungs partying all his life, and he was in a nursing home. Now, honestly, I don't know if anybody passed away from that because I'm not a virologist or a doctor or anything like that, so I don't actually know. I know what they said on the news, that's all I know. but that was not congruent with what I was seeing and what I was experiencing out in the real world. It actually did not affect me at all. Now, like I said, I dealt with a little fear like a lot of us did, but I didn't allow the fear to control me. And I know many other people who didn't. And on the reverse side of that, I knew many people who did allow fear to control them, and they locked themselves up in their house. And now what do they say on the media? It changed us forever. It changed the world forever. It didn't change me. And I know many other people didn't change their world. So, but where's this coming from? It's coming from behind a screen. And that's where most people are living their lives today. There's a whole other world out there besides what you see through the screens that we have today. You need to get out there and experience that. Go out and meet people in real time. Yes, it's risky. They might not talk to you. I can talk to anybody, anywhere about anything. Even if I don't speak their language, I can do a little communication with them. A smile, a handshake, a thank you in their language. You can at least learn that. But most people want to talk to you. And what's their favorite subject? Themselves. Take a genuine interest in other people. People are amazing if you just take the time to listen to them. God gave us one mouth and two ears, so we should do twice as much listening. So get out of your house today, go out and just walk around, meet some real people. Talk to them. Don't worry about what you're going to get. Think about what you can give to them. Some people just want someone to listen to them. And you can learn so much from other people. You can learn what not to do, and you can learn what to do with your life. God reflects back to you what's going on in your life through other people. If you listen to them, you can find the answers that you need. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to help or what an impact you're going to make on their life just by listening to them. Okay, I'm going to work today. It's Sunday, and I don't really consider it work. I think we should have another name for it because I love what I do. I'm working on my old house up in Hannibal, and it's like therapy for me. So I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Take care. I know I haven't been putting out as many videos because I've been so busy with the other things of my life. My business is thriving, and I'm moving on with the home in Hannibal, trying to get that done. But I'll be here. Thanks for joining me. Hang in there, hit that like button, subscribe, and take care.